I now have this rear deck lid structure split up into 3 sections. We have to shorten it. How do we join this? What do we do? How is this going to work? Watch this video, see if it works out. And don't just skip to the end. Watch the process. That's the magic behind it. Skipping to the end, well, that's just cheating. Hey guys, who likes jigsaw puzzles? Automotive jigsaw puzzles. Behind me here, we've got the all-wheel drive 1974 Charger. She's very, very close to getting done on the outside. Inside, we still have a bit of work to do. Ceiling liner, dash, stuff like that. But today, in this video, we're going to tackle 2 things. First thing, shorten this trunk lid. Second, shorten the hood. Trunk lid, we got to bring it down a bit because there's about 8 inches of 6/0 past the quarters. And we have to do it in such a way that, you know me, it has to look factory once we're done. We can't just and hope it looks good. It has to all blend in together. Hood wise, I think I brought it up in a previous video. Let's go over there and take a look. So after some time of studying all this, all the curves and radiuses and radii, we're going to remove this top section here. Then we have to do some jogging through here so that we can blend the rear section into this nose piece. You may notice that nose piece is set back from the fender. There's a reason for that. If you look at the front edge of the hood, that's what comes out and meets this point here. This is set back a little bit. And the other thing is the space up underneath here. We've got a 1/4 inch gap there. We have no gap here. This is not level. So once we figure out what we're doing with this whole structure here, we'll elevate that, bring the skin in, hook it, and then finish the back. The hood skin itself, it extends into the car through the glass. Not going to work. So we have to shorten that up, wheel the back edge, bring up a bit of a dovetail through there, swell it for the wipers to clear those wipers. I don't really want to see them once they're in the down position. They're going to be hidden for the most part underneath the back edge of the hood, unlike late model cars where they expose everything. So let's get started on the trunk lid, on the structure. This is where we should be once it's done with this area here, brought forward, but I'm going to cut it off here, right there. And that's going to give me a little bit of wiggle room to start blending these curvatures in with these things here. And we have a little bit of rust repair to do in this area. While we're metal finishing, which is going to take quite a while, it's a very tedious process. It takes hours and hours and hours of just making sure that all the surfaces and everything are running in smoothly, all the reflections are tracking properly. I take breaks from that and get into some rust repair. But that's not going to be today's video. All we're going to do today is shorten this, get it on the back of the car, fit it, take the trunk skin, lay it in over top, and shorten the trunk skin. And then at that point, if everything looks good, we can start joining it after we prime it. Because when we took this apart, it was all bare metal, filled with mouse droppings, stuffing, and things that you want to talk about. Sure, it means cutting it twice, but I don't want to shortchange myself and find out that I don't have enough material to do whatever I have to do to blend the 2 sections together. It's easy to cut it. But what we need to know is the length of this deck lid structure from tip to tail. 25.5 is what we need for length. And that's to the point there. Hey-yo, wow, we're 3 inches too long. We're gonna cut away a section through here. Yeah. There's a hole there, but no hole there. I don't want a hole. We're gonna get rid of it. It's not like I had to practice one to work on before filming this. This is the real deal. Let's cut this again. I now have this rear deck lid structure split up into 3 sections. We have to shorten it. How do we do it? It almost looks impossible. Out of curiosity, I'm going to get some lines on this table and see where this point back here lies. I said 25.5, right? Our latching system is going to be different, so we don't need these holes in here. Probably leave them there for weight reduction. This is my thinking face. Okay. We need to start getting some levels. These 2 bumps can be hammered out. This here can be incorporated into that. This lines up here. The end lines up really well. All these little raised sections in here, except for this one, we can leave that one there. We need to cut at the lower level into there. Cut here. Because the 2 have to slide together. And cut this one. Cut this one. I need vice grips. I need to have the right elevation so I cut in the right spot. So this one's good. This one is almost good. That's going to butt into the back there, blend in. That's fine there. Then there. Cut there. That'll overlap there. There. Cut there. Cut there. I don't know why I'm figuring out both sides. All right, let's start at one end and review this together. We're going to cut in to about here, this distance, so that this section slides into there. This section slides into this web here. This cut on this slides into that. Cut down here so that slides over top of that. Not going to worry about that, that'll overlap. Same thing here, cut into there. That's going to be a bend later, so I'm just trying to get it to focus. cut down there, not the top, the bottom. The top, yes, the top. Same as over there, the top. The bottom was before I clamped it. Cut there, that'll slide into there. And cut there, that'll slide into there. Yes, so the top. Then we'll throw some screws into it and try it. Done with this. Here goes nothing, guys. Now what I'm going to do, just nail this down to the counter, to the table. Frankly, I don't think anybody in their right mind would shorten a trunk lid or a hood. But if you ever do decide to shorten one, watch this video, get a few pointers, and you'll know how to do it. Okay. The trick now is to blend it all. We're going to switch colors at this stage because I'm not cutting anymore. In terms of length, I need to start blending things together. All the radiuses bring them up. So here, I was going to bring this down, but this matches the back of the trunk. This part here has to come up and meet that. So kind of like that, bring it in, cut in there, bring it up, in here, bring it up. That's good. This is coming in well. Use a dolly, back it up, plenish that out. Pool noodle. All right. We're going to take this apart again. Where did my marker go? Ah, here. So cut there and there, so that comes up. Cut there. Everything else is sweet. Cut there, cut there, cut there, up to that point. This area here, this and that need to roll down. Get rid of that height because it's going to be into the skin. Yeah, these got to roll up a bit. Now we can try it. We got a problem. The space there actually decreases, and this goes up over top of the rear panel there. Back here, it's ahead a 1/4 inch. But the amount that is covering that, we're ahead here. Aside from that, that point is spot on. That gap is perfect. And what we're going to have to do is just adjust that screw, and maybe even this one here, pushing this structure inside 1/4 inch more, so that we end up with a 1/4 inch gap right there. Let me do up these bolts, there and there, set that to the proper gap, that we're not chasing our tail over on the table, and we'll just move this in, clamp it, screw it, done. And that's all she wrote. So here we have one pony car trunk lid. I want to get the skin on the table. Take this, flip it over, drop it on the skin, see what it looks like, see what we have to do. I really don't know what to expect. We've had this media blasted, and this dark area here, it's not rust, it's a bit of staining. He doesn't want to push it too far, because otherwise you're going to turn this into an ocean of waves. We need to do some repair work. This whole back edge needs to be replaced, as well as this hole here filled, and new hem at the front. But I want to see how everything's going to come together. This is going to look mighty funny. I'm amused. Okay, look at that. On the car, I noticed that these edges were a little bit tight to the quarters. Well, right now, I'm down inside, moved over. Obviously I can't hem it because of this extra overlap stuff here, but maybe throw a vice grip on there. Now, I'm not trying to get the two snapped together, but I need to get it close. There we go. Just loose. Because this deck lid tapers, this flange here is a little bit wide. Ooh, look at this. I didn't catch that. So as I was saying, because this tapers, this structure here is too wide for this area. So we're going to cut back on the flanges, and it should fit in quite nicely at that point and help us back here because we can't quite slide it in together. Close. Like I said, I don't want to snap it together. I just need to scribe the front. Okay, that's all the way back. That's there, that's there. That's good. We'll cut that back, tip that in. We'll do it now. That's better. So, there we have blue. We'll add 1/2 inch, scribe it, cut it, and then that can be rolled over. So basically from the point of studying what we had, cutting it, trimming it, fitting it, all that stuff, it's taken the better part of a day to get all this done. And I still have the front hood structure that I want to get done in the same video. Cover all the structures, and then later on, once all the repairs are made, the rust and all that stuff, we'll put the two together. Oh, you know what? We've got the line where we think it should be. At least the end points are accurate because it's all squeezed in. That's where it should be. What I'm going to do is chop that off. Like a 4-inch band, 5-inch band, 4.5, it doesn't matter. Get a significant amount cut off. Take that, move it back, scribe that edge, because we know that this matches the back window panel precisely. Little tricks of the trade, my lad. Heard someone say that once. That looks pretty good. Well, if I didn't see it, I wouldn't have believed it. So this is garbage. Take some masking tape, 1/2-inch variety, and we're going to add 1/2 inch plus thickness of Sharpie, which is 1/8. One more time. And now we make another cut. Ta-da! And so I don't leave you guys hanging for too long, we're gonna throw this trunk skin on top. Just to fill in the blank a bit. The flanges are a bit open, you know, it's been worked on, and the gaps are bang on. Wow! Now this is long, this is pushing me back a little bit, so we can pick that up a smidge, and it's just gonna fall back down, but there we go. You can see this hole has been filled. Trunk's been shortened. Everything looks tighter. Really tight. CUDA-ish tight. Wow. Wait till we start filling things in. Like there's a little bit of metal finishing to do, metal repairs, a corner. So the windows down here, that has to be fixed yet. I wanted to get all the quarter panels, everything pinned in place, then I'll go ahead and repair that. You don't do that kind of stuff first and then, you know, everything. Well, you could, but I don't. I get all the body roughed in, all the panels lined up, boom, and then fix little stuff like that. And that'll be done off camera because it's just tedious, boring, and nobody watches that. Okay, let's move on to the front. So the first thing we're going to do is to take out the center section here. Step it back a little bit there, down, chop that off. 1, and 2. And then we need to figure out how to bring all this together. I have some screw holes for screws, not nails, that I've used to align everything up here. But with the fenders on, it's really tough to get to them. And well, this piece here has been tacked to the grille surround, AKA old bumper. Wow. Yeah, we have a lot we can remove. A lot. Wow. Yeah. Okay. This charger is getting lighter by the minute. See, when I drop this down, that hinge actually kind of like gets stuck in place. There's no cylinders on it, so they have to be installed. Wow. Now, just looking at lines, how things are flowing. We've got this channel here, got this channel here, and then we've got this that comes down from the top with nice factory bossed area. Unfortunately, look at that. I guess the more I use these hinges, the better they work. They've been on the shelf for a long time. So as I was saying, we've got this channel here which corresponds to the channel that I just lifted up. We have this mishmash of stuff here that really doesn't lend itself to blending. I like the nice continuous lines off the top, so this is going to go away. This hole is for one of the latches, this side, this latch on this side here. Yeah. Yes, I don't know. I'm thinking while I'm doing, so it can be quite a challenge to do a video and come up with a solution on the spot. 50,000 foot view, took a look how it would work. But as to all the little details, it can get quite tricky. I like this. I don't know what that was for. Some kind of clip. Oh, that was the old thingamajig for the hood. Useless to us right now. Even rust on the backside. This factory never painted interfacing surfaces. There's a hole here, not crazy about that. A couple holes there for weight reduction, I guess. Some perforations here. This upper channel is in much better shape. I'm looking at rust too, because put it together, I do have to fix some rust. We're gonna cut that away. And we gotta find out where this falls on here. And blend that into this. And remove some of this. And this will fall into this beam, will come into this area right in here. So that'll align. I was going to cut it off at this joint, but after seeing, we'll get rid of this part here because you can see light through there. But we can get rid of a lot of this and a lot of that rusty stuff. Doing the other side is going to be easy once we figure out this side. Hopefully it's not rusty-er. So let's drop that down. Oh yeah, okay. This is nice here. So we can cut back right there, up, keeping this forward like so. So make a cut there. Yeah, I get the idea. That gets rid of the rusty holes there. And there to there. No, let's take this out first. I'm going to move in a little bit just so that we can creep out to this surface. And then we take all these pieces, flip them over to the other side, trim out the exact same on that side. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm liking that a lot. That's heavy. So by rights, should be able to put the screws in, cut these tacks, 2 tacks on each end, and everything will come in roses. I might even put a couple screws in there just for fun. Address that later. Can't throw that out. Okay, let's do this side. Do you see that? She pulled one way. Kind of strange. I do notice the gap on that fender there is a little bit tight, so we have to make an adjustment there. Let's see if it opens. Come on. There we go. Still a little floppy, but hey, get the idea. Prop rod installed. There we have it. The charger hood structure is together again. And I don't know how much we pull out of it. That much? Shortened it? What's that? 8 inches? Seven and 3/4 over there. 8 inches there. So bit of a taper, pretty close. 8 inches out of this hood, shortened. 8 inches out of the front end, shortened. Now the fun begins to finalize all this metal work, get all the pieces joined together, making it look good. You see these interference areas, we can't have that. I think I cut one side a little bit. No, by the time it squeezes down, right there, that daylight will disappear. The skin will tuck in up underneath here, right there. So that's going to work out. I should take and cut these little tacks off. Then we'll take the skin and slide it on. That way we'll know how much to cut off the back. Oh, well, one thing I'll do is I will take a section off the back before we get it on here. I showed you earlier how much extra was sticking into the glass. We're going to take and cut off, just like we did on the back trunk, on the trunk lid, deck lid. We'll take a section off and use that final edge that we cut off to get our new windshield edge on the new hood. Same old hood, just cut back a bit. And unlike the rear deck, the hood is parallel. These two sides are parallel to each other. So it makes it that much easier to get the skin onto the structure. Let's throw the hood skin on, and I think we're going to call this a video. We will have to pick this up. I'm going to put a block under it. just a little block. Oh, I got one over here. Now before I cut this, I just want to bring your attention to this swell right here in the hood. You see how it comes up? That was for the charger's wipers to tuck up underneath. And we're going to do something very similar just over here and stretch this up just like they did here. Have this peak disappear as it comes, because this is coming up. The peak will run into that, disappear, and we'll do that in the English wheel. All right, so I'm going to cut this off right through here, away from that green line, preserving this rise. And we can't really scribe anything until we wheel this up. We'll move this over here, rescribe it based on the new rise. This green line was just the general area. This is the curvature we need, if anything, up a little bit more. See the curvature? Prove me wrong, prove me right. Thank you. We're 3/4 of an inch off with this green line. Let's move that way. So, like I said, we're not going to do anything with this. Actually, what we are going to do, what can we do? Let's add we're going to do something here. Don't try this at home. Okay, I don't want to wheel up a whole bunch of material for nothing. So we're going to cut that away, but we're going to stay well away from our flange, or bend line. We need 3/4 of an inch. Like that, and they will probably curve a little bit more. So I'm going to add another 3/4. And we'll cut that off. After every day, I like to do a general tidy up. One more time. Third time's a charm. And that way, when we come in tomorrow, start fresh. Don't have to worry about cleaning up and trying to get motivated. So that's that. Put this in a safe place. And we can throw the hood on. I'm going to relocate you guys. It's lighter. Come on. You can do it. Trying to get it to hook. I think there's a weld there. I forgot to grind it off. Ah, I got past it, okay. Thumbs up, guys, please. This is coming in really nice. Okay, the front needs to be dialed in a little bit. That's okay. That's good. We need a shim under there. It's sitting way too low. Shimmy. Where'd you go, Shimmy? Piece of 1/4 inch masonite will fit the bill perfectly. There we go. Wahoo. All right. It's like a sprint to the finish. Nice, nice. I can't. Yeah, leave that alone. There we go. I was gonna pull the cardboard out, but it's up underneath the hood. I'm not taking all this apart just to peel that out. So next time when things are more or less finalized, then you guys can see the whole picture, the hidden wipers and, you know, these seams properly gapped. This is preliminary. You can see there's a flat spot in the hood. So we have to re-arch the hood and make sure everything fits according to the fenders. That's the curvature I'm going towards. So back there, you can see we need that kick up because it's really not sitting right at all, in addition to all the cardboard. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on sectioning trunk structures and hoods and deck lids and all that stuff. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. If you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button and you'll get a chance to see everything come together as we progress forward and get this car finished. Until next time, guys, take care. A couple rust holes we got to fix. It's from the caulking that they had between the structure and the hood. They separated, moisture got in, took the skin out. So still quite a bit of work left. In addition to some swales in it. We'll have to fix that. But not until everything's pinned in place, because right now it's moving every which way. Catch the next one.